All right, meeting is being live streamed. Got it. Preparing to
Say what?
your meeting to be on YouTube Live. Let me shrink this because it actually puts it live while we're doing it, and then I hear it overlapping.
What was the name of the town?
Hell's Gate.
Hell.
Hell.
Oh, it was just Hell.
No, it's
Hell
Hell's Gate.
Township.
Oh, Hell Township.
No, it's Hell Township.
Hell Township. All right.
I think it's like a real town in New Jersey.
Fitting.
Right?
That's what I said.
That's
All
a
right.
lovely accent. New Jersey.
New Jersey.
All right. Cool. So we're live on
Put the
YouTube.
movie on also.
What's that?
I just put the movie on too.
Oh, good, because I can't. Like I said.
Ain't nobody going back. Actually, wait, what's the hold on, let me find it so I'm gonna send the link out on the in the stories.
What are you talking about?
So the link, the YouTube live link.
Oh, you
Send
just
it
have
out
to.
in the Instagram stories.
Okay. Shawnee D. I'm renaming you all.
Ooh, I see me. Yo, this delay is wild.
Yeah. It is, but yeah. So how was Christmas, guys? I mean, we could sit on here while he does that.
Good. Looking
It was
tired.
good. Yeah, I had a pretty good haul.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fucking tired myself.
I'm exhausted. Absolutely exhausted.
John, you guys got to work tomorrow.
4?
Yeah, I gotta figure
Off
that
for the
out.
whole week.
You're off for the whole week? Wow.
Yeah.
I gotta leave at 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Nope. Have fun with that.
Ooh,
I'll
I
probably
don't
leave
think
at
I have to do
2.
that.
Leave at 2. Get home by 8.
Yeah, I'm not working tomorrow night. I'm just working. I gotta leave at like 6:30, but I'll probably be home at like, I don't know, like 5.
Not bad. Yeah, I don't have that much.
Sean, are you recording on something different than you usually do?
I got the AirPods. And
Well, I know you got those, but the picture looks clear also, and well,
I'm in my new car, so the lighting is much better.
okay.
You got a new
You got
car?
a new car? Yeah,
Not brand new. I got another Prius, so
but different than the one
Got a-
you had just
Yeah.
recently. Oh, okay.
yeah, last week.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
So it's new to
Yeah.
you.
Exactly.
Congratulations.
And the tire's fixed.
yeah. Jesus fucking Christ! What a day.
Congratulations.
What a
Thank
day!
you.
What a day! Did you put it up yet, Andy?
I'm putting it up as we speak.
Brent, I have a perfect picture for once you have seen Spider-Man. That I'm gonna put in the group chat.
Wednesday. I
What
watched
time?
half of Andrew Garfield 1 today. I'm gonna
Okay.
finish it after we're done with this podcast, and then I'm gonna try to watch. I still gotta watch 3 more Spider-Man movies, and I'm gonna try to squeeze What If, and also I got 2 days before we go see the movie on Wednesday.
I'm gonna be honest with you. What if is not necessary?
No, I know it's not necessary. Like if I don't get to it, it's fine. But like if I'm gonna try to fit it in if I can, though.
What if still fun?
Like,
though?
like I said, I'm off for the next 2 days, so I am gonna be sitting at home
Okay.
watching TV all day.
Well,
so
I'm just trying to
might-
save you time without. I'm trying to save you time without spoiling anything. Is that you don't need to
I feel
watch
like-
What If.
I feel like if anything,
Oh shit!
out of those shows, like the Loki one might be
More
for the end of the movie in a way.
less direct,
Which
but yeah.
I already watched.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, a little bit of that towards the end, maybe, and then, I mean, in all honesty, I feel like the what if mainly only ties into
2 episodes.
one of,
One episode, really one episode.
but it's kind of if more so like one of the end credits thing. That's not even really an end credit scene, if you know what I mean.
No, you could say it because
The trailer for Doctor Strange.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
second end credit scene, but it's a different
Yeah.
version.
I saw that pop up on Rotten Tomatoes on Facebook the other day, and I started watching. I was like, maybe I shouldn't watch this trailer if I haven't seen Spider-Man yet. So I turned it off. So.
It doesn't matter because it doesn't have
Okay.
any Spider-Man references in it at all.
Okay.
But I was saying like the what if stuff might tie into that trailer more.
Okay.
Yeah, but you can go back and watch that trailer on YouTube, so it's like it doesn't.
Yeah,
It's not going to change your viewing experience
yeah.
at all. Like, what if was not as necessary as I thought it was going to be.
You know what I realized when I was watching the Andrew Garfield today too? Because I'd only seen both of his movies like once each. I didn't really remember him that much. So the guy that plays Lizard is like one of Little Nicky's evil older brothers.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Is it really?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's funny.
the
That's
one that's not
fantastic.
Debo.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Speaking of Debo,
Yeah,
Yep.
he's all over the place.
Racist. Oh wait, am I too early for
yeah,
that?
We're live, pal.
We're live.
as soon as you put that up, Andy, we're good to go.
Oh, it's up. It's up and running.
Okay, all right.
We are live, pal.
We are live, pal. Do you want to just jump
We are
into the movie?
live,
Because
pal.
I was not able to put it on right now due to I can't find my fucking TV remote and my TV's on too loud.
I'm down to jump into it.
You can't get up and just like adjust the volume from the TV.
No, my TV does not have a physical volume button. It's only an on and off button.
What?
Not even like the touch thing that like it's not an actual button, but it's like a touch sensor thing.
Nope.
That sounds like crap. I don't think you know the TV good enough.
No, I have had this issue another time that Taylor broke the original remote and we didn't have a remote for 6 weeks before we ordered a new one. And we went up and down the TV. I used my Kinect, like the Xbox One Kinect going, I hooked it up to the TV so I can go like Xbox volume down and it worked. And then 2 weeks later, they canceled that feature on the Xbox.
No, it's not like it's not underneath on the bottom either.
It's just a power button. And if I press the power button, it changes the inputs, and if I hold the power button, it turns it on. But that's all it does. I don't know why there's no volume on it.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah, it's annoying. So right now, I haven't been able to find it. So yeah. So all right,
Yeah.
let's jump into it then.
I don't know if you're doing this on purpose, but you're kind of dark.
Yeah.
Like if your light, I don't know if you got to turn your light on or what.
So I was going to talk about that for a second. Actually, I was debating on whether or not I wanted to talk about that for a second. So I almost just died, legitimately. If you rewind this
okay.
video back, you see me lunge and say, "Oh shit!"
I heard you say, "Oh shit."
The iPhone charger plug that goes into the wall that my light was connected to just caught on fire.
What the fuck?
Like, hold on, it's still hot, so I'm not gonna move it, but you could see the charges.
What?
Oh yeah, it's
Oh,
all burnt
shit.
up.
Why did that happen?
I have no idea. So I'm gonna go turn the other light on, but I heard the sizzle and I'm like, nah, that can't be it. And then I looked and then I saw the flame and I was like, I'm gonna die. This is cool. So I'm gonna go turn the other light on and then I'll have more light. But there's no way in hell I'm turning that back on. At least right
Andy
now.
Bernard, you need to film a video and rat the company out.
Right? Are you gonna come film it for me?
Sure.
All right.
My future
But if anybody asks, I
father-in-law.
didn't do it.
My future father-in-law set a dish rag on fire yesterday. at Christmas.
Did he?
Yeah,
That's
Oh, you
Wow.
set a dish rag on fire.
he had it like next to a candle. And it just like a
Oh.
little flame started popping up, and her cousin was like, "Towel's on fire." It was right next to the sink, so he just threw it in the sink and turned the water on.
It's funny.
I did that when I was younger at my dad's friend's house. I accidentally almost set a rag on fire on Christmas Eve. Actually, no, I take it back. I did set the rag on fire on Christmas Eve.
When I was younger, my parents allowed my cousin, who's only 3 years older than me, watch me and my brother, and she was a genius and heated up food in the microwave with the fork still in the bowl
Nice.
Oh,
Oh,
and lit my whole microwave kitchen on fire.
that's crazy.
Mm. Go,
Yeah.
baby. All right.
And ski, baby. Cheers.
To this goddamn movie we're about to talk about.
Santa's sauce for Santa's sleigh.
That's fantastic.
I mean, I'm drinking eggnog, so I guess that's kind of festive.
I have
Holiday
doers
love?
in this. I have doers in this candy cane fucking mug that came in the car. I guess that was their holiday gift for me buying the car. Was this fucking cheap ass thing?
Very nice. And Andy's just like, I'm on my phone rapid fire over here.
Listen,
You're not drinking holiday love, bro?
I'm
Holiday love.
Yeah, remember that's our drink. Eggnog and Fireball.
Yeah, I don't have Fireball, or I would. That was our drink with a little bit of cinnamon. Whew, those things were great.
That was good stuff.
I just got the Henny. The Hennessy.
Hennessy. All right, Andy, ready?
I saw a meme the other day that said OG Hennessy drinkers now drink tequila. What's that all about?
I saw that today. I don't get it.
I'm kind
I
of
know you
mad
drink
about
tequila too. So.
that. I do. That's why I'm kind of mad about that. I don't know. I don't know what it's about, but I might have to figure that out.
Yo no say. All right, I'm gonna hit
Yeah.
record.
All right. We got anybody with us? We rocking with anybody right now?
I can't see if anyone's in.
I was actually going to try to go on YouTube right now and see if I can watch the live stream.
I can only see when it's commented, so I don't know if there's anybody here, to be honest with you.
Gotcha. It's all right. We'll be like, I think it's, what'd you say? Was a 30-second delay?
Yeah. But then it's funny because now I'm like 4 minutes behind.
That's weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. All right, I'm gonna hit record. Ready?
You on the live stream, you just asked if there's anybody with us right now. So however much of a delay that is, that's what it is.
Yeah, so it's like 15 seconds maybe. All right,
And I say,
here we
my room smells electric.
go. Welcome to Disaster Party Podcast. As always, this is Rob Sedanio, joined by my co-host.
Oh, whoa, daddy, it's your boy Andy Bivians. It's Bivins, the one true whoa, daddy of Bivians INC, feeling like RoboCop today. Listen, tonight we bring you a story that's not from hell but heaven, because tonight we're on episode 57. Whoa, daddy.
And so for those who don't know what he's talking about, we are going to be reviewing the masterpiece, the 2005 masterpiece
Now he
called
says it.
Santa's Sleigh, which was chosen by Shawnee D and B Rent, who are here with us today.
You're
What it do,
welcome.
guys?
You're welcome.
I'm not gonna lie.
Cheers.
I'm very happy.
Cheers, and you're welcome.
Cheers.
I don't know if we could cheers and you're welcome on that. I'll cheers. I don't think I could say you're thank
Because you needed alcohol to get through this movie, right?
Mm.
You needed more than alcohol to get
Oh,
to
you
that
needed
movie.
more than alcohol. Dude, I was just sucking that my weed pen for the whole fucking movie, and even afterwards I was like, I still don't understand this.
So that's why you need mental clarity to understand a masterpiece like this.
Listen,
And what was there to
You-
understand? This wasn't rocket science.
But that was the point. It was so dumbified that I still did not understand what the fuck was happening most of the time.
I think it just shows how dumb you really are.
Maybe. But
wait, you said it came out in 2005?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, that had 90s written all over it.
It had horrible Disney Channel movies with poor acting, trying to be a stoner movie, also mixed with holiday cheer and murder. It was just all over the place.
You know what
It
I was
a
thinking
Disney
about
horror
that?
movie.
When I was thinking about that when I saw that it came out in 2005, I was thinking this must have been like the first thing he did after he left WWE.
Yeah.
And the last
Went
and the
straight into
last thing
filming
he
Santa
did.
Slay. Went straight from WrestleMania 20 to Santa Slay. He thought this is the one that's going to send me.
No,
to
I
Super.
think it was during.
It may have been. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on like when in 2005. it
Well,
came
because
out.
wasn't he in The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler?
Yeah, it came out
That
the
was
same year.
earlier though. Oh,
No, it
did
came
it?
out the same year. Yeah,
See, that was a good role. This, not so much.
yeah. He's more of a supporting character, not a lead guy.
He honestly, I wouldn't even say he was the lead in this movie.
Man, I want to say.
Yeah, that's true. The kid probably was
I
actually.
need a part 2.
You need a part
I need
two?
a
Yo,
part two.
dude,
I need a part
we'll
2.
get there, but they did set it up for a sequel.
They absolutely
it never
did.
came.
Absolutely,
Obviously,
they
definitely
absolutely did. Absolutely did. And I'll be first in line at the theater to go see that.
Oh my gosh.
Listen, Disaster Party Podcast. If a sequel ever comes out, I promise you, somehow, some way, all 4 of us will get together and watch it live
We'll
together.
live stream it from the theater.
Because nobody
Go
else
over
can
the
fucking
movie.
be there.
The usher will come over and be like, "Hey, yeah, you know what? Whatever. Go ahead."
Oh man, Rob is
It's
so
gonna
mad.
be
He
3
can't
of
even.
us
He
and
can't
just
even.
Rob sitting at home like, why are you guys still there?
Listen,
Rob
this
can't
is
even
not. This,
laugh at
let's be
this.
fair. Let's be fair. This is not one of those movies I would rush to the movie theater for. No, this is one of those movies. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm stoned off my ass. I just happened to come across this movie, and then I sit there going, "What the fuck am I watching?" But it's so bad I won't turn away.
That was the point.
But that's what I'm
the
saying. I'm
point.
not gonna rush to see. It's almost like those Sharknado movies, if not worse.
That was actually the first thing I thought when you said like 1 in the morning watching the Stone. I was thinking like Sharktopus or like one of those sci-fi originals.
This could have been one of those sci-fi originals, and I would still almost be like, maybe it's even lesser.
It's probably
I've
as bad as
seen-
Lava Lantula. Did you ever see that one? It was
Or
like
no,
a
did anyone
giant,
see-
like volcano-made fucking tarantula that terrorized the city.
What about did anyone see
Volcano-made
Velocipaster? I keep seeing that one advertised on my smart
I,
TV.
I've
saying
seen it.
about
I've
that.
seen it advertised, but I have not gone out of my way to see it.
Nope.
I'm like, you really want me to watch this, Sony, don't you?
I've seen horror movies so bad that even YouTube would turn them down. I think this is a little better.
I mean, it had decent actors that weren't main actors, and then it had younger actors or an actress that ends up actually becoming pretty famous, who was one of the worst people in the movie, in my opinion. But we'll get into that.
Did she become pretty famous though? Because I saw her and I thought she looked kind of familiar, but I looked up her filmography and I didn't really like recognize her from any. I didn't really.
Well,
see
she's
anything she was
she's in Lost.
I didn't watch Lost.
She was in
that
Roswell,
yeah.
Once Upon a Time.
Never watched any
Yeah.
of those. But I guess that's why I'm not big on TV. So
She's a TV actress, yeah, for sure.
okay.
But
Are we talking
she's
about the main girl?
way better,
Yeah,
way better in her everything after this.
Well, this might have been
Um,
one of her first roles. Who's getting her feet.
Man,
wet.
she was. Leave her alone. She was great in this movie.
Are you kidding me?
Hell yeah, she was great in this movie.
You know
I feel
she's-
like
Dude,
this-
She's Australian. You know she's Australian, and her accent broke like every single scene she was in.
that makes it
guys.
better.
I feel like this is one of those movies that it was intended to be poorly acted, and I say that because the opening scene. Look at that cast in the opening scene.
I know.
You know for a fact that they did not sign on to this movie thinking that this show was going to be great. They knew what they were signing up for. They knew what this was.
I still
But
don't
think about it,
understand
you know-
why any of those actors would have agreed to that.
That's good.
I was shocked.
Are you not listening?
I'm listening,
was
but I still
shocked.
I don't think I would have agreed to that And some of those actors were big. I wouldn't be like, oh
Well,
yeah,
that's-
I'm known for X, Y, and Z, and that's gonna happen to me in this movie in the first 30 seconds.
Let's get
Because
into
no
it
matter
because
how
people
many
don't know who we're
times
talking about.
Because no matter
Okay,
how many
okay.
times we explain the joke to you, you still are critiquing this as like a serious fucking film.
No, I'm just telling you my opinion.
But your opinion's like based on like the wrong like mindset and intention.
Well, then I'm gonna have a different mindset and attention than you guys this whole time.
You're being a snob about it.
I'm not being a snob.
Well,
Man, I can't. Wait.
YouTube, tell us if Rob's being a snob by the end of this shit.
I'm not. I'm just being real. If I was an actor, especially like Fran Dresser, I would have been like, I'm not doing this shit. Like,
Especially
I'm
Fran
Fran Dresser. I mean, she's like the one
but-
person that did need this work.
But,
no, she's made her money on the
the hell
nanny,
with
bro.
Fran-
She's made her money on the nanny. She's good. She doesn't have to work again.
The
The
hell with
nanny
Fran
pretty much
Dresser.
stopped.
James Caan was in that. James Caan was in this shit. The hell
Yeah.
with Fran Dresser.
That's
James
what I was
Caan
thinking. When I,
being in that like shows you that it's like this was just fucking some stupid like thing to do for ha-has. They probably filmed that scene in like 2 hours and they were gone and they got paid.
Maybe.
That's
You know
what
how
I was
much
thinking.
money
When I
they
saw
probably
J-
got paid to get brought on to do that movie? Like, the nanny I think was over by that time too, so it was kind of like her next project, so to speak. She didn't have anything else going on. Why not get paid an insane amount of money to do some dumb shit?
that's what I said when I first saw James Caan. I was like, dude, you were in The Godfather. Yeah, what are you doing?
Yep.
All right, so go into it. I didn't take notes. I can't run down the movie as I normally did. I was too high when I was watching this because I was like, it might be more fun, and so I'm way over.
Wait.
It's
Hold
my
on.
head.
Hold on. Time out. Something just clicked in my head. How are you high and still hated the movie, even though the movie wasn't supposed to be that
Well,
serious?
okay, I'm the weird person that when I get high, I think even more logically than I do now, and I enjoy it. So that's just the way it is. I don't know.
That one statement right there just proves what I said before: is that you watch this movie in the wrong state of mind. You weren't supposed. This is not the kind of movie you watch looking for like an actually like good film.
Oh, I
or
wasn't looking for that.
logic or whatever. But that's what I'm saying. Though you said logic. You said you more logical when you're stoned, and you're not supposed to apply logic to this movie.
I mean, I'm logically goofy, but at this point, like, it's just the fact that some of the movie just didn't make sense. And again, I'm okay with it being bad. I love B zombie movies. And even those B zombie movies, I can understand from A to Z, it might be bad, but I know how they got there. This movie went A, Z, X, Y, L, G, and I'm like, what is happening right now? Angels and fucking
we-
books of magic and just
Well, why don't we
strip
start
clubs.
running through the plot, and then we can help you
Ah, the
help you
strip
through it,
club.
Rob. We can explain to you if you don't understand something.
Go
Well,
ahead.
that shit was explained, so you just missed out.
Maybe I don't know. Go ahead. You guys, you run it down. Run it down.
You want me to run through the plot?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Okay.
This was your choice, so
All right. Yeah, Sean, you might have to help me out. You might have to take some of the reins. I don't know if I can go through the whole thing, but so
All right,
okay.
we'll tag team it.
The opening scene, we open up to Fran Drescher's boobs, which I appreciated. not bare boobs. Like, you know, she has like a skimpy Santa dress on, and
A good push. She has some good push-up action going on.
Mhm. Yeah, Frank can still get it. But anyway, so she brings like a turkey out. She's sitting down to dinner with her family. Her husband, James Caan. This is like the star-studded cast. All the budget for this movie went to this 1 2-minute scene. Because we got Chris Kattan, we got Rebecca Gayheart, a couple other people that I didn't know, but like mostly all the famous people were in the scene. And they're like stereotypical like rich family. And they're like bickering with each other. You didn't get me an expensive enough gift or whatever. And then I think it's implied that like one of the daughter's boyfriends is sleeping with Fran Drescher or something.
that was so
Yeah.
weird.
This is all this bickering. And the next thing you know, the fireplace starts shaking, And Santa comes in, he busts through. Santa is,
It was like the fucking Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah.
pretty much.
Oh yeah.
So it's Bill Goldberg as Santa. The first thing, so Fran Drescher looks at him and goes, Santa? And he goes, that's right, whatever your name is, there is a Santa. And then the first thing he does is he pulls a Jack Black from Anchorman and kicks the dog into the ceiling.
Yo, he yeeted the dog. I was crying.
That's immediately what I thought of too. Was that Anchorman scene?
Now this is happening.
Can I just add a little bit of a deeper
go ahead.
comedy? A deeper comedy is the family,
Everybody
Was
at the
it-
table is Jewish.
and then Goldberg's Jewish too.
Yeah. So then Goldberg, he just starts his killing rampage. He does like a front roll onto the table, takes 2 knives, stabs them through James Gunn's hands, and stabs his hand to the table. Then he the one girl, he just scares her. He like looks at her, and she gets scared, falls back, and like impales her neck through like a spike.
It was
On
like through the
what?
chair
On what?
leg or
It was like
something.
a random spike on the ground.
I
Right
don't
to her
know.
throat.
I thought it was the chair leg, but I could have been wrong.
It might have been. And then the best one is then he takes a huge swig of vodka, takes one of those like long lighters, and like lights it, and then blows the vodka in Fran Drescher's face and just sets her away.
Her head's on fire,
And then her
And he
head's
puts
like
it-
half bald.
and he drowns
You
her in
could
the
clearly see it was
eggnog.
like you could clearly see it was like a swim cap with like messed up hair on it.
And he drowned her in the fucking giant bowl of eggnog.
Yeah.
That was way too much. That was like 4 gallons of eggnog for like 5 people. That was way
Yeah,
too much
no,
eggnog.
No.
And then then he kicks the leg off one of the tables, bashes the one girl over the head with it, kills her. Then James Caan, like I said, he's already got his hand stabbed at the table. Then he takes like a huge turkey leg, stuffs it down his throat, slams his head on the table, chokes him on it.
Can
And
we
then,
talk
like,
about he
Joker.
found a ninja star?
No, that was gonna get there. That's
No.
my
Oh,
that was
sorry.
my favorite kill
Sorry.
of the whole thing.
I thought that
He doesn't
I
just
thought
find
the-
one. He takes the star from the top of the Christmas tree, and the girl's trying to run away, and he throws it at her like a ninja throwing star and stabs her in the back. This was amazing. I was popping so hard for this.
But the whole chicken, like he put it in his mouth, so he was choking on it, and then he did a Joker thing, like you want to see a
I was
pencil
gonna say, like the
disappear,
Joker, yeah.
and it just slams his head into the fucking table.
Well, what's funny about that is earlier they're having like the dialogue where they're like, "Oh, I hope this is some wet meat. I really want to eat some juicy meat." And then I think it's Fran Drescher's character. It's like, that's called foreplay, honey. And he's like, I don't want to fuck
Yeah.
the turkey. I want to eat the turkey.
Oh, and also
Oh my
one other
God.
thing I forgot was Chris Kattan tries to do like some ninja moves on him. You want some? And he's doing like, and then he just like super kicks him into the.
He's
Which
sitting
I,
there, he's
don't
like,
think I feel like Chris Kattan was the only one that didn't die. I feel like he didn't kill him. He just kicked him into the glass thing, and he just.
I think it
Man,
showed like
oh,
he
the
fell on
right in the
glass or
chest.
something.
I guess.
But then
Oh,
even
man.
before this whole scene, right? They did a little intro with the cartoon, and I was that whole
No,
scene
that
of
was
like
after.
after
This is the very beginning of the movie. He kills his whole family. Then we get the title card. It says Satan Slay, and then they like switch the letters around so that it says Santa Slay. Then it's like the little intro where they kind of show like it's like you're looking at like a book and it's kind of telling the story, but there's no words as you don't really understand what they're talking about, but they explain it more later.
yeah.
So then what happens next?
Isn't then the whole scene in the
Yeah,
shop?
we're in the deli. We're in the deli, and we meet our main character, pretty much, Nicholas, of course.
The worst old lady in the fucking world.
Yeah, so we got a
yo, I
lady
love
was
that
lady.
lady. You leave her
This
alone.
lady was mean. Was so mean for
Yo,
no
she
reason.
was.
that's my grandma. Leave her alone. That lady was gangster as shit. She told everybody how it was.
For no
Yeah,
reason.
I was trying to remember specifically what she said. She said some bitchy comment. She's giving the
Yo,
guy a hard time.
he said, have a happy holiday. He said, it's Christmas time. Wish me Merry Christmas.
Oh no,
Yeah,
she
that
goes.
was
She goes.
actually that was
She was
actually
like,
very
"I'm not doing
relevant.
any of that political shit. Wish
Yeah,
me
she
Definitely
Merry
a Fox
Christmas."
News watcher.
She was fighting the war on Christmas
Yeah,
over a
she
roast beef
was.
sandwich being too expensive.
$4.75. What about that's for the senior discount? Would $4.50 make you happy? Now we're talking.
Yeah,
Um,
that lady was an asshole.
yeah, then she calls the girl a whore for no reason. So
Oh my god.
then she leaves, and then so Santa flying in on the sleigh, which is not led by reindeer, but a bison or something, I guess.
A single white bison with a Rudolph glowing nose.
Yeah.
From hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell deer is what he actually called it, but that didn't look like no deer. It
Yeah.
looked like a bison. And he runs the old lady over, of course, because grandma got run over by a hell deer. And
I was thinking that as he was doing that, I was like, Grandma got ran over. Oh no.
and he hits her with the
Later.
ludicrous line. He says,
Later.
"Move, bitch, get out the way."
Get out of the way.
But she was yelling at him, right? Too?
Yeah, because she was swerving all
think
over the
so.
road trying to
Oh,
light
that's
a
right. She was
cigarette.
driving mad slow
So he
and swerving.
And
he
swerving.
He just went road rage because she wouldn't get out of the way. And he just like bumped the car, and her car just like fucking rocket power just like flipped over, like went flying.
It hit the
Off the side of the
CO2,
road.
bro. It hit
Yeah,
the
fucking yeeted
CO2.
her car.
The
Oh,
nos.
that's right.
And then there just so happened to be enough snow to make a full perfect ramp out of nowhere.
Yeah, but how? Tell me how he had a horn on that bitch too.
He
Like
did.
he hit the horn to get her out of the
Yeah.
way. It's just it's like and like kept swerving.
He was
So
mad
at
for
this
no
point,
reason.
right, in the movie, I'm like, okay, maybe this isn't like a horror film. Maybe he's just killing people on the naughty list. Because from the first scene, I was like, okay, all these people kind of seem to have some issues, naughty list. And then clearly this old lady was a bitch, naughty list. And I was like, okay, he's just killing bad people at
That
this
makes
point.
sense.
This movie is not a horror movie at all.
No.
And other yes, people get killed and it's gory, but it's not intended to be scary in the least bit. It's
Well,
like
no,
complete-
yeah, of course. I mean, B
No,
zombie
no.
movies aren't really meant to be scary either. So
You can tell already just from that opening scene how ridiculous it was, and then, like I said, the ludicrous line. It's like, okay. So we get the main character Nicholas. He goes to his house. He lives with his grandfather, who's kind of like a nutty old guy, and he's like a inventor. He's like always inventing little gadgets and stuff. And like the whole town thinks he's crazy. The old lady actually made a comment about him at the deli. So
Yeah, you're something about
you
your
kinda-
crackpot grandfather.
yeah. So
can
we
I
kinda
add one
meet
quick
them.
thing? Sorry, can I add one quick
Yeah, go
thing?
ahead.
So do you remember that at the end of the deli scene, the boss was like, "Oh, you guys have been working so hard because the Nicholas and the girl are like his employees, and they
Mhm.
gave him a gift." This part, okay, this scene, I was like, I don't know if they were genuinely being nice or it was sarcastically being nice. I couldn't understand because I was like, oh, once they leave, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, fuck that guy. But they never did, so I was like, that was really bad acting. But I don't know if this plays. To me, it played a role. The boss essentially handed both of them a gift that was just random, and it seemed like just shit that was like in his house, and he just gave it to them. And the kid, Nicholas, ended up getting a clock that he could see the time zones of any like area, and then the girl got something stupid. But again, it made it seem like the boss was a shitty boss, and instead of like a bonus or anything, or he was just like he found this in his house and just kind of gave it to them.
I didn't get that vibe. I got the vibe that he thought it was like a really cool gift because he's like a dork, and the kid was just like, "Oh yeah, cool, a clock." Like he didn't really like understand what it was. Like how you could see the different times on the stuff because it does come in handy later on.
Yeah, that's kind of why I wanted it. But to me, they both seem like, yeah, thank you so much. But it almost sounded like they were being sarcastic, but their words didn't sound sarcastic, but their face, it was just weird. I was like, this is really bad acting right now.
The boss was hyped up about the clock though, and like showing. Him
That's
the
what I'm
different
saying.
time
I don't think
zones
he
and
meant for
stuff.
it to be like, oh, like just give him whatever's laying around. I think he thought it was like a mad cool gift.
See, I took it as he was trying to sell it to make it seem cooler than it was because he did find it. And he was like,
That's
yeah,
possible,
see,
I
look.
guess.
Yeah, so I mean, it doesn't matter. But
I took it as like the boss is a good dude. This is just he's running his deli. It's not the busiest place in the world. Maybe he couldn't afford something better. So maybe he did just pull it out of his fucking closet or some shit. But we'll get to this later in the movie. I thought the guy was a good dude, and what happened to him was very not deserved. But anyway,
See,
Yeah.
that's why I thought the opposite. I thought
See,
he was being grimy and he deserves what happened later.
I thought he was.
You're very cynical,
telling the
Rob.
kid, like, you're late. Stop being late. Here's a clock.
maybe
Yeah, it could be.
I didn't
that
catch
too.
that vibe.
I caught that vibe. But
we did way too deep. This movie's not meant to be this deep.
listen, sorry. This movie was only an hour and 17 minutes. I'm sure this podcast got to be a little bit longer than that.
Yeah, there's
It's called
episodes
the
of
Deep
Game of
Dive.
Thrones that are longer than this.
Yeah, exactly. Go ahead, sorry,
Oh,
man.
All right, so anyway, no, it was good that you brought that up because the clock does come into play later. But anyway, so we meet the grandfather. We kind of get to know these characters a little bit, and then the grandson like asks him something about like why? Oh, because he hates Christmas. The grandfather like hates Christmas. He doesn't want to celebrate Christmas. Blah, blah. So he's like, why do you hate Christmas? Blah blah blah. So he pulls out this book, and this one line I did legitimately laugh at. The kid goes, "What's that? The Necronomicon?"
He did say that, yeah.
So it did kind of look like it too. So he starts
Well, in
reading.
that cartoon, that animated scene at the after
Yeah, that
the
comes a
opening
little bit
scene.
later though.
But that book that was this is like the book that was from that opening scene,
Oh, the opening
like
scene.
the
yeah.
the animated portion of it. And when I saw that, it was like that book, when it was animated, it looked like skin. I don't know if anybody else noticed that, but yeah.
I did
I
not.
did not.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What looked like skin?
The book.
The book, when it was like doing the animated portion of like telling the story, when the book opens up and it's like reading kind of the story or whatever, like that book looked like fucking skin. So when the kid said that about it, made me, that tickled me a little bit just because, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really notice that. So he starts like reading the story. It's like the Book of Klaus, he calls it. And then he it's like he reveals that like Santa is the son of Satan through an immaculate conception, like the same way like Jesus is God's son doing it. So he's like the mirror image of the evil Jesus, basically. So he's like the Antichrist, actually, is what he really is. So like, and he loves killing people. He just kills people for fun, blah blah blah. And this doesn't happen until a little bit later in the movie. I was going to talk about it now because like it kind of goes in because he goes back to the book later and starts reading this thing, and then it goes into like a claymation sequence. It looks like Rudolph or something, and they tell more about the story of like what's going on here. Where like so Santa was evil, and like this angel came down from heaven, and he
Lost
Disguised as an old man.
yeah, he disguises himself as an old man, and he like challenges Santa to like a shuffleboard game.
It's like the whatever. It's like the ice shuffleboard thing.
ice curling or something.
Yeah.
So it's like he's like because he was ice fishing. Santa was ice fishing, so he was being abusive to the elves. So he's like,
He was. It was two little elves, and then if you notice in the claymation, they're cheering for
Yeah.
Santa. They're
I
like,
think
yeah, you got it.
So what's funny about this too is the like there's like a voiceover, but like the characters, the actual claymation characters don't speak. But like Santa's doing like Goldberg taunts. He's like like going like this and stuff, and, like acting like real stupid. And then so he challenges them to the game. Like whoever gets their thing rock closer to the ice hole without going in, it's like a bet. Like if I win the bet, or if I lose, you can like sacrifice me to Satan. My soul will be tortured for eternity. But if I win, you gotta like turn this day into like a joyous day. Be good and deliver presents to kids for like 1,000 years. So he wins the bet, and that's what the whole thing of this, what kicks the movie off is like the 1,000 years is up. So like he doesn't have to be good anymore. So now he can go on his killing spree. He starts with the James Caan family.
Oh yeah.
And then we also get this like little side thing, like we talked about the girl before. So like the girl comes over to visit, and there's some weird thing where like I guess her dad's like a gun nut. So, like,
And they start comparing how weird their families are.
Yeah, because he's like, do you think my grandfather's crazy? And she's like, he's just a little eccentric or something. And he's like, well, like your dad, the gun nut with the guns and blah blah blah. And then like they gets on that. it's weird because at the beginning you don't know if they're like a couple. Like it seems like he kind of likes her, but she doesn't reciprocate it. But then
Oh, I took it the other way. I took it she
yeah,
liked
later
him.
they flipped it. But at first she says something to him in the store like "You're never gonna get me" or something like that. Oh, I think she meant with the. It just hit me that she meant this. I thought she meant "You're never gonna get this."
Poke through, punch twice.
You're never gonna get this. Never gonna get this. La 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 la.
But then he gets this.
Oh,
My sister never gonna get this. She's in the cage. Borat.
I want
yeah,
you, Gypsy.
she brings the grandfather some like the Wolverine meat or something.
Oh yeah, he was like, I'm not the one with Wolverine meat in my. Oh no, you're right. That was before the fight. The Wolverine.
Yeah,
meat.
they like opened the bag to show it, and that shit looks so. That shit did not
Had, like
look like
flies
fucking,
on it.
dude,
She was
that
like,
shit looks so gross.
it's so rare. It's perfect. It's perfectly cooked. It's fresh meat. And she's like, you don't even need to cook it. Just
It
go
just looked
eat
like
it.
guts though. It looked like guts in like a wax paper like bag or some shit.
And then the
That's
grandpa's
because
just
he
like,
just killed
oh, thanks. It's just like
Yeah.
it. We're not gonna eat this.
that was definitely a corny scene though. This movie's meant to be bad. Like you guys have been saying.
Yeah.
That was like not another teen movie
Yeah.
or like a scary movie skit of like a random weird girl just going like, here's rare meat that we just killed and you can eat it right now. It was just very weird.
This whole movie is not another teen movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not
okay,
another
can I-
Christmas movie.
Can I go
Right?
into the girl in this movie? She was in Lost. She was like the pregnant girl in Lost. She's Australian, and in this movie, her accent changes every scene she's in. It is not consistent. At one point, I heard her Australian accent come out. Another scene, it was like a New Yorker accent. The other scene was a
I heard-
Boston accent.
I definitely heard like a Russian accent at one point.
It all over the place, all over the place. And I'm like, wow, I've seen you in actual things, and this is terrible.
Saving Christmas for Mother Russia.
Sorry, Brett. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. I'm just trying to remember what happened in like the correct order.
Doesn't she give him a gift?
She gave him so they were taught prior to that, like maybe it was like when they first initially left the store and they were driving home, they were talking about like what they want for Christmas or things they wanted, blah, blah, blah. And they're talking about things they wanted from their childhood they didn't get. And he was talking about how there's like a certain transformer that he wanted and he never got for Christmas. So
This
she
is so
showed up.
funny.
Yeah, I was gonna say
So-
he does say something funny that they call back to at the end. I forgot about that. Go ahead. Though.
Yeah, I think when she showed up with the friggin' Wolverine meat, she gave him, she's like, oh, I got a present for you. And it's just like this
Oh,
cloth
she gives him a gun.
thing.
No, she gives him
Yeah,
a gun.
She gave him
Yeah,
a
yeah,
gun.
that's right.
And he was
But
like,
then
what
he's
the
like-
fuck is wrong with
He
you?
got mad. He got mad, pissed at her about, oh, what the fuck are you giving me this for? Blah, blah, blah. And then she was like, there's more to it than meets the eye. And then she like transforms it. And it's a fucking toy gun that turns into like a transformer robot.
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
reaction,
And
because
also-
at first I was like, is she really giving him a gun? This movie is terrible. Oh, this gun is gonna play a role later on. Watch. Her family's a gun nut. And then he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then it's the transformer. I was like, this is so bad.
But he got overly fucking mad. He overreacted.
Yeah,
so
he
bad.
sold it. Yeah, he sold
Oh,
it.
he was so mad.
All right. So then the next thing after they have their little squabble, we cut to we meet the sleazy preacher played by Doug McKenzie Hoser.
Oh
Dave
yeah,
Thomas.
I know what scene this is. I actually forgot for a second.
But he's like preaching. You know, it's like the stereotypical like sleazy guy. Like he's preaching.
He's
God's word, blah, blah, blah.
Allsteen.
Then he goes
What's
to a
his
strip
name?
club. Yeah.
Olstein, Joel
Joel
Olstein.
Oh no.
But then he takes the collection when he goes to a strip club.
Yep.
And so then Santa pulls up at the strip
This
club.
is the
Pulls up-
best fucking. This scene, like to me, was just like, what the fuck is happening? He pulls up in the sleigh.
He tosses the
Single-
keys to the valet.
Yeah. And the other dude's like, "Oh, you can't park there. You can't do that."
No, he's like, you can't come in, fat man.
That's right. That's right. Oh,
He choked
yeah.
him with Christmas lights.
Yeah,
Yep.
he
Christmas
chokes him
lights.
out,
Like-
kills him.
Cracked his
This is
neck.
where,
with
like-
pulling-
To me, this is where like the useless murdering just started coming in because he was just killing everybody for no fucking reason, no matter what.
Yeah.
No, so this is
The
what he does. He
valet
walks.
gets
This is what he
pulled
does. He walks into the strip club. He goes ho ho hose, and then just grabs one and kisses her.
Yeah.
And then the security guard comes up to him.
Yeah.
And then that's when he starts fucking people up.
Yeah, I don't even remember. Like, I think the security guard gets pissed that he kissed one of the girls or whatever. But then of course he just starts slaughtering everybody. He like he like rips the stripper pole out and just starts beating people in the face with it.
He cleans it. He cleans.
Oh,
the
that
shoe.
was so
Cleaned it
weird.
up
You know?
because it
He was like,
dirty. Because it's dirty. He didn't want to touch it.
He went to go grab it and goes, "Oh, hold on." Gets the spray, wipes it down, then breaks it out and starts fucking people up with it.
And while all this
And what-
happens, the pastor's crawling on his knees trying to get out.
Well, also, fun fact is the girl that's on the swing, and he does some weird thing where he ends up like with his face in her crotch. That's
That
his
was-
wife. That's
Oh,
how he met
really?
his wife. Yeah.
But yeah, she
Oh,
was
wow.
the only girl. She had like pasties on. The only girl in the movie that you didn't in that club that you didn't see her nipples. That's Goldberg's wife in real life, and
That's
that
how he.
scene
That's how he got her. He's like, oh,
is
look how
where
classy
he
she
met
is.
her.
I mean,
Oh,
his
that's
face was-
hilarious.
His face was all up in it, so I'm
He
sure.
told a story about it on a podcast. He was just like,
Yeah,
I forget exactly what it was, but it had something to do with like his face being in her crotch, basically.
yeah, yeah.
Can
And then
someone
what? He
answer
goes
me-
to leave, and the
He
strippers
like
are like,
smoke bombs
"Please,
him or
no,
some
please,
shit.
Well,
no."
hold on. You skipped over one of the best kill, another one of the best kills in the movie. He like takes the stripper pole, he tosses it to the guy, does like an RVD, he tosses it, the guy catches it, then he kicks it into the ceiling, and it hits like a light fish or something, so it, like electrocutes the guy.
Yep, yep.
Yep.
Why
So,
did the
yeah, that's so-
bartender have a shovel behind the?
Okay, yeah, let's talk
behind
about
the
that. Let's
bar?
talk about that. So the security guy gets killed, and then the two bartenders jump the bar. There just so happens to be a shovel and a pickaxe in an X form above the bar. They both grab him down and try to fight him, and then one of the guys gets the pickaxe right back in his face. I'm like, one, these guys, the first reaction is to fight this guy and take a random. Did they like in their mind going, you know, if there's anyone that comes in here to kill us, we're going for that first. Like,
They said
Hey,
the
man,
bouncers are
please.
down. It's our job now.
You guys have obviously never been to. You guys haven't been to enough sleazy strip bars because they have some really odd random decor in there.
I guess not, because I was
Sean's an expert.
like,
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
it's okay, Sean. It was in your past life before you were married.
I plead the
Let's
fifth.
stick with that. No, so no, okay, yeah. So after he does the cool electricity kill, he then like you said, he says he like looks at the strippers and he goes like naughty, and then he just like lights the place. He does like a fire bomb and lights the place. On
Yeah.
fire.
It's
Like-
a freaking Christmas ornament that he like rips
Like
the
a bomb.
fucking
Yeah, he has like
tops off.
grenades because he uses them again later. Like he's got all kinds of like tactical war gear.
To
But
put
there
this
They're
in
all like
perspective,
they're all like ornaments that you like hang on your fucking tree.
Yeah,
Like that was like one of those like ball things, and you like bit the top off and threw it.
And then it lit the whole place.
Yep.
But there,
Yeah.
this is not a spoiler because it's later on in the movie. But there was a point in the movie he shot a fireball out of his mouth.
yes,
yeah, he can like
Yep.
spit
yes,
fire.
he does.
All right, we'll talk about that later.
Yes,
Dylan, and Dylan, because I spit out fire.
Spit hot fire. To put it in
Because I think-
perspective for those watching on YouTube and those listening, so when Santa, if you love TikTok and you've seen the trends where they take like the Christmas ball that looks like a bomb and they throw it in the other room, then all of a sudden magically the house is decorated for Christmas. It's one of those type ornaments. Except when he throws it, like the whole place catches on fire and everybody just starts running around. Hilarious.
And then when he came out and he got the keys for his sleigh, there was like blood and like a piece of the clothing from like the valet guy on the keys. And he looked at the ox, or he looked at the
the
bison.
ate him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Doesn't he throw up the hat?
Oh,
Yeah, he threw up like the hat and
yeah.
the shirt or something. Yeah.
Yep. Oh man, I don't even know what happened after
Just
this.
a
I'm
ballet
just
on
complete.
I think that's when they end up back in the grandpa's house and they show his little safe house thing. And then that's how they see on
Okay.
TV that it says like, "Oh, the strip club burned down." Right? And then it goes to the pasture.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know at one
That
point.
sleazy
Yeah,
ball.
I think that's what it is. Yeah, yeah. They see it on the news. Then at one point they go back to the pastor. He's like, "Oh, yeah, I'm sure you heard about the tragedy." He's like, "Even though they were heathens and sinners, let's pray for them anyway."
And he's like, "Candy Rose, Sunrise."
there's
Yeah, he
his
names
name
all-
like stripper names.
One of them was like, what was it? It was like something with balls. I don't know, testy something testes.
Oh, wasn't she the main marquee? Wasn't she on
Yeah, what the hell was her name? I
the
should have wrote those
headliner
down.
on the front of the
Oh,
door?
when the pastor went to
It's like-
the club, he was like the bouncer was like, "All right, pastor, no one's gonna know you're here."
He also,
And then he gives him money.
well, I was gonna say he also, to increase the sleaziness, when Santa starts killing the strippers, he like grabs the money
Mhm.
and tries to escape.
Yeah,
Oh, he was like, "I'm out. I'm taking all this back." But he escaped Santa Claus.
So I feel like I'm doing a shitty job with this. I'm used to leaving this to Rob. Doing the recap
Sorry.
part. I just throw my comments.
Bro, you're killing it right now. I wouldn't have been able to
Slaying
get
it.
us this far.
Oh no,
Well,
this
Daddy.
is now the deli.
Okay, yeah, and this
Oh.
this part I didn't get because I mean I guess you don't have to get it because I guess Santa's just killing people for whatever. But like this guy really didn't deserve it. He just starts
No.
banging on the door. The guy's like,
for
"We're
no
closed."
reason. The guy
He's
said
like,
we're
"It's
closed.
Christmas." We're
He just
no,
takes
that's what
the
it was.
door out.
That's what it was. Sorry. After the whole strippers and the pasture, it then says Christmas Day.
Yeah.
And this
And
is
This
Nicholas,
guy's Jewish, so I don't know why he's closed on Christmas.
but it also
Maybe
before this, Nicholas was reading saying that Santa can only haunt them until like midnight North Pole time or something like that.
Yeah, that's
So
where the
then when
clock
it's-
comes in to play because he figures it out through that, and then he like sets it an alarm to know when it'll be midnight in the South Pole, so that like he won't have any powers anymore. That's
Yeah.
what it is. Basically, these
yeah.
magical powers that Santa has, he won't have them. He only has them on Christmas Day, I guess.
Yeah. So then it says Christmas Day, and then the deli. Sorry, that kind of is important, I guess.
Yeah,
He
and
like
then
walks up,
he,
he's pounding on the door. The guy's like, "Oh, we're closed." But then the guy's like, "Hey, man, listen, it's Christmas. We're closed. You go here to get this kind of food. You go here to get this kind of food. Go across the street." And he's like giving him all these like nice, helpful tips to go get fed. And then this poor guy.
He kicks the glass
Can we
door
talk
in,
about this scene?
crawls in the door, doesn't kick the door in, just the glass.
Yep.
Ducks under the handle of the door.
Spears him through the display.
Spears him
case.
through the
yes, that's what I wanted to
No,
say.
but
Yeah, yeah.
no, not through. He was on one side. Goldberg or Santa, he speared through the glass and then hit him. Like he went through. There was no reason for him to.
He speared the glass, and then
Yep.
it caught him on the other side.
Yeah.
And the dude
Then,
sold
well,
it.
then he picks him up and he like stabs him with a menorah and like stabs him to the wall with it basically.
Well, he
Stabs him
tries to
through the neck with the menorah
use the
and like
Jewish
pins him
star.
to the wall with it.
Didn't that cause
So
the rest of
was
the glass
his
of the shop to
Necklace, like
blow up too?
something-
And again,
Sorry.
I don't think so.
Uh,
No,
Yeah, I don't know.
the shop didn't blow up because the cops and everything showed up later on.
yeah,
I thought
kid
the
came and
rest of the
found him and all
glass
that.
broke up, like the glass
No,
windows too.
no.
But was his necklace
I remember.
something, or was it just like a
Yeah, he tried to
reflection?
like blind him. It was like a light. He tried to blind him with like the Star of David light.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
was
that's
And it like hit his forehead. It hit his forehead, looking like it was gonna do something, but it didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yep.
He just grabbed it,
And
put it
then-
down on the counter, placed it neatly, and then killed it.
Can I talk about my favorite scene?
Go ahead.
After he kills him, he walks out and walks past 3 Hasidic Jewish people.
Oh,
Oh boy.
And he just looks at them, and it's just like, and he just runs by them, and oh man, it didn't match. There's never
I
just
love how
3 of
they.
them.
I love
There's
how
always
they
like
were
100. There's never just
I
3.
love, I love how they were like the first ones accused when the cops are investigating the guy at the deli getting killed. Though.
And they all get arrested too.
Yep.
So funny.
So no, then in the next scene we see another awesome cameo. We see tiny Zeus Lister as the gas station attendant.
Wait.
Which Andy was not happy to
Racist.
see.
Wait, was that
I was
before?
happy.
Was that before or after Nicholas finds the deli?
It's before because he's
I
in
think-
there, he's trying to buy a pack of gum, and then he hears on the radio like,
Yeah.
the police scanner. They say like, "Oh, something happened at this address," and he's like, "Oh, it's the deli," and then he runs to the deli, and then he sees his boy
Yep.
stabbed. in the neck.
Because the guy has a police
He's still
scanner.
not
yep.
dead yet though, because he says
No.
something to him. He says,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
"Real."
Well, he was like pinned to like he was elevated like.
Wait, we're
a
skipping over the
pin to
Debo
wall.
scene. We're skipping over the Debo scene.
I mean, there's not
I
really
know,
anything
bro.
to it. Debo
Oh
just
no,
like,
we coming back to it. We
Okay.
coming back to it.
All right,
you
go right
take
now.
it, Andy. You take the
Go,
Debo
you
scene.
take
Go
it,
ahead.
Andy.
Oh, tell me how this is the most racist, not racist scene ever. All kidding aside, I'm joking. I thought it was hilarious. I thought it was cool to see Debo. But how is he the only black dude that I saw? A and B, as soon as you see him, some ghetto ass Christmas Next Friday music starts playing in the background. And it's as if Debo left the hood from Friday, changed his ways, and now works at a gas station.
You know what it is? He's on work release. Debo went to jail for beating up Craig, and now he's on work release. He's trying to get his act together. He's working at the gas station.
Because he even says in a line, he goes, "Man, the hood got too dangerous, too much violence. What you need?"
That's
I
hilarious.
took it as he was playing hip hop in the shop, not that the music was actually like the soundtrack of the movie.
That's
no,
that's
it
how
could've
I
been-
that's what I said.
Oh,
That's
hell
how I
no.
took it too.
Hell, there's nothing you can tell me out of all the shitty Christmas, Santa's here, Santa sleigh, Santa got you sucker, all that music. You can't tell me that this one ghetto rap Christmas song was the one that made it in. But it was still
Listen to-
awesome.
Should have been listening to Christmas in Hollis. That's the
Right?
classic Christmas rap song.
Right? I mean, it still would have been wrong, but I would have appreciated it a tiny bit more. It was like if you walked into like a store in GTA during Christmas time and you had like that ghetto GTA music in the background that like it's like underground and it just has like the little like instrumental beat to it. That's what it sounded like.
Stretch Armstrong is now in your world. That's all I think of when I think of GTA music. I used to listen to game radio for hours on end.
Right?
Game FM. Yeah. There's actually a YouTube video you can go on and just play. It'll just play all the songs from Game FM from GTA.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's awesome. But anyway, enough of that. So, like I said, Nicholas hears on the police scanner at the gas station what happened. So he runs to the deli. The guy tells him, "Oh, Santa's real," blah blah. So he goes to the police station. Well, actually, no, that's not exactly what happens. They like kind of. I feel like
They arrest him almost.
they kind of suspect him. They don't arrest him, but they're like, "Oh, you're coming downtown for questioning," because
That's that they get him and 3 of the Hasidic guys at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so he tries to explain to the chief or whatever about Santa, and of course he sounds like a nut job. And the guy's like, "Oh, you're a nut job. Your grandfather's a nut job. Lucky I don't send you to the padded room." And then, of course, Santa comes in and kills everybody, including him. 2 of the cops are like, they're saying some stupid thing. They're looking at something on the wall. It's like, "Oh, look, the crimes are like in the shape of a Christmas
For his
tree."
Christmas tree. Oh, maybe it'll be his next killing will be here where the star should be.
Yeah. And then they come back later and they're like pinned up to the wall with the thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, because he goes into the chief's office.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how he kills him.
Cause he's dressed up like Santa.
Yeah.
I'm blanking
Nobody
so
walks
remember.
hard.
in-
Nobody remember. Yeah,
I don't
well, I think what
remember.
Rob
That's
means
not
is
the
the,
candy cane kill,
the
is it?
Christmas chief is also dressed.
Yeah,
like
the
Santa.
chief is dressed as Santa,
Oh my god, you're right. My bad. My bad.
Yeah,
and
he
he
has,
was
like,
making
some
fun
weird-
of the
Oh,
kid.
that's another funny line though, because he's in a chair and he turns around and he has a Santa suit on, all like slow and menacing. And the kid goes, "Don ye gay apparel" or something. He's wearing,
But
like,
then-
a pink shirt or something underneath.
As he was killing people, then a song started saying Donnie Gay Apparel. And then it started this weird lyrics. I've been trying to look up the lyrics of these songs, and all the titles of these songs are ridiculous, but I can't find the lyrics.
They're
You
not
wanna know
meant
what-
to be defined.
You
Look,
don't have
ready?
Santa Sleigh soundtrack.
Nobody took their fucking time to listen and type these things down and put them on the fucking interweb.
The people who
Listen,
created
I got
it
the
didn't take time
soundtrack.
to-
I got the soundtrack.
Yeah, as we say, you guys don't have your copy of the Santa Sleigh soundtrack on compact disc or vinyl.
Nah, I got that on cassette tape.
Cassette
Two
tape?
sides, A and B.
That should have the lyrics too. Though. That should have the lyric books too.
Nah, it was too small.
I still can't remember how though he killed the.
He tases him in the
Was
it-
balls. That's
Yes.
what he does.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he picks him up and tases him in the ball.
Yeah.
Yep. He just opens the door, but isn't like someone knocks at the door and he's like, "Oh, what do you want?" And then he
Yeah.
opens the door, gets
I
like.
think he thinks it's the kid again, and then he opens the door and it's Santa, and he just kills him.
But again,
Picks
that
him
doesn't
up
make.
like a choke slam.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
again,
He
the
gorilla
kid.
presses several people in this movie too. By the way,
He does.
I forgot.
But-
I actually forgot. I forgot. There is a scene we missed, but it's real quick. It's not that important, but it's kind of funny because he does a wrestling move. There's a part where like a mugger tries to like mug him. He like holds the knife to his throat. He's like, "Oh,
Very
Santa,
early.
And he just like grabs him, does a gorilla press, and throws him into a
Throws him in
dumpster.
a dumpster. Yeah. Yep.
Wait.
He did
wait,
something to him
wait,
though before he
hold
threw him
on.
in a dumpster. I just
How-
forgot what
I
it
think he
was.
like
I think
stabbed him.
stabbed him. He stabbed him with a
Okay.
candy cane. That's what he did. He had a
That's
candy
what it
cane.
was, right?
Oh, yeah.
That was mad
Yeah.
sharp. He stabbed him in the eye with it.
I have a Rob problem with that, and we're going back from our Godzilla days, because he stabbed him in the eye with a candy cane. And if you look in the background, there's like 5 families walking away. Then he gorilla pressed
That's
him
so
into
true.
a garbage can, and nobody saw it happening.
I noticed that. There's a lot of people in the background. It was just like a normal fucking Sunday night or some shit.
Uh huh.
As much of a joke as this movie is, and we're making fun of it, there's a couple of things like that are like, this movie's 15, 16 years old, and they're still like prevalent now. Like the Fox News granny, war on Christmas, and like
Yo.
nobody helping anybody when someone's getting fucked up. Although, granted, that guy kind of deserved it, but still.
That's fair. That's fair.
So real quick with the police station, the way that it made it look, the kid walks out, closes the door. 15 seconds later, Santa knocks on the door, and that's why he was aggravated. So that means that the kid, Nicholas, and Santa basically did this, and they didn't see each other. And for a while in this movie, I was like, why is Santa hunting this kid down? I really don't understand why he's so obsessed with him. But then later we find out.
Yeah, we do get to
He's
that.
magic, man. He just appeared at the door.
Well, then what happens is, speaking again of GTA, this happens off screen, I guess, but Santa jacks a police car.
Yes!
Oh, word.
Because wait, doesn't... So after he gets out of jail, Nicholas calls the girl and tells her to pick him up.
Yeah. And they're
And then they
driving along.
drive...
And then they
Then you
see
can go,
Pepper
yeah.
behind them, and they think it's the chief. They're like, "Oh, why is he on my ass again?" Blah blah blah. But so he's pulling them over, so they pull over. But then like Santa gets out, and they're like, "Oh shit!" And they try
Oh
to
my
drive
god, this fucking scene. Yo, he fucking chasing down. It was like T-1000 from Terminator.
That's
2.
what I thought. I
Right?
feel like it was an
But then it's
homage
like
to
he's
that.
running. He's like probably 10 feet behind the truck. Then it shows their faces. Then it goes back to the back of the truck, and he's just standing in the bed of the truck, like out of nowhere. Like you didn't even show him.
Well, no,
jump in the
actually, what
truck or
happens at
anything
first?
like
He was
that.
on-
what happens-
They didn't know where he was, and then he was on the top.
yeah, then he was
That's
like on
right,
the
that's
front
right,
of the.
that's
He
right.
actually was like on the front of the car. Like his face
That's
comes
right.
just into the windshield. You know what else it reminded me of? Did anybody see Tales from the Hood? I know we talked about it briefly on the
Long ago. Not
There's a
enough
part
to...
where, like, there's a part where like that's happening. There's one of the stories like the zombie guy and he's chasing them, and they're in the car. They look behind, They're like, oh, he's right behind us. And then they look back and he's like, actually, like, he's like on the back of the car. Like before he was like a mile behind. Now he's like right on the back of the car. That's what it reminded me of. So then now Nicholas is second guessing his Second Amendment rights that he was getting all offended about because he just grabs the shotgun and just fucking.
No, she was
pops Santa.
my dad has a shotgun in the car, grab it. And he doesn't know how to load it. And she's like, and then she's explaining it to him like he's an idiot. Crack it open. What? Crack it open. What? And then he's like put the bullet in. Oh no, she's
One
like,
beer?
insert.
What?
She's
Two
like,
beers?
insert. She's like, insert this. And he's like, what are you talking about? Put the bullet in the gun. Like she had to like dumbify it for him. But then again, he locks and loads it and then shoots back, shoots him first shot. You never. And he looked like he was pretty comfortable with it. And again, shotguns are not going to be like, boom. It's like, boom. Like your full body
like,
gets.
blew him out of the car.
Yeah, it would if he wasn't prepared for it. Yeah,
Right? There's a lot more kickback in that movie. Fucking basically let on.
yes. And that boy, for someone who's never held a gun, it seems, knew how to hold it, shoot it, accurately shoot it, and not fly back. But yeah, cool.
Right.
Again, you're letting logic get in the way of an
Of a good
illogical story. Yeah.
A good story. A good story. I mean,
That's
Madison and
funny.
the Friends were a better story than this.
Madison and the crew probably would have hopped in to go try to help out. But it's funny how.
And then Santa would have been stopped by some rain. So.
Take a risk.
All right, so,
Figure
it
so yeah,
out.
he hits him with the
But it's
shotgun
funny how-
blast. What? Go ahead, Andy. Oh, I think he
Oh, I
froze.
was just gonna say it was funny how like he was like, oh, step on the brake, hit the brake, he'll fly forward, and he doesn't fly forward. He's like, hit the gas, he'll fall out of the back, and then he kind of just lays in the bed of the truck, and he's like, damn, thought that was gonna work out better.
So
Does
he
he
hits
do
him
like
with
a
the
nip
shotgun
up in the back
blast.
of the truck?
He did do nip up, kick up.
Yeah,
Did he? I think I
he
missed
nipped up
that.
a couple
Yeah,
times in the
yeah.
truck.
Yep.
He nipped up a couple times throughout the movie.
But you gotta think, he nipped up while in a moving car.
I was thinking that when it happened.
Like, that doesn't work. It just doesn't work.
Yep.
Momentum. It doesn't work.
Yep.
But he has
That would've
magic
been like-
powers. He has magic
That would
powers.
have been like somebody
you
ripping
go.
a carpet
Santa
out
can do
from underneath
anything.
him when he was doing it.
Yeah.
All right, so he hits Santa with the shotgun blast. It doesn't really hurt him, but it does at least knock him off the truck. So they're safe for a minute. So then they go to the grandfather's house. He has like this secret bunker in the basement, which we did see earlier, but we didn't really talk about it. But he's got like old TVs with like surveillance hooked up and stuff. And so he's like, oh, did Santa follow you? Did Santa follow you? And he's like, I don't think so. And he's like, well, if he did, we're in great danger, blah, blah, blah. So they're down there, and then these carolers come to the house, and he sees them on the thing, and then like they go to open the door, and she's trying to like scare the carolers away. Oh, you're in danger!
But
Get out of here!
It
This is
what?
dumb.
They were
What?
in the safe room, and the
Yeah,
girl is like, I'm gonna go tell them to leave. Just leave
I'm
them
gonna save
alone.
them.
Yeah, she didn't save him. She didn't save him because this
Not
was
at
the
all.
second person that we saw got gorilla pressed. He like picked one of them up and just like dropped her face on the railing of the porch.
I don't know if it's like if this didn't happen yet. I feel like it may have, but it didn't. But like one of my favorite lines in the movie, he's like walking up to somebody, whoever it was he's going to attack, and he was like, "Who's your daddy?" Father Christmas.
Yeah, that didn't happen yet. But yeah, he does,
No.
he does say that. He says that when they're in the school.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. So yeah, the girl goes outside to stop the carolers, and then the carolers basically all get murked. If you want to
Yeah.
describe how they did, it was all of them.
They started
I
getting
don't even-
tossed in.
Yeah, I don't think he even does any like cool kills. I think he just like starts throwing them.
Just
and,
just
like,
that one
smashing their
guy.
heads
He,
into
like,
stuff.
just that one guy. He like grill pressed and like slammed down face first on the railing.
Yeah. So
Poor
then
guy.
he gets into the safe room, but they like sneak out through some secret passage that goes to the garage, and the grandfather has like snowmobiles in there.
But it was kind of cool. So Santa was like kicking in the door, and they go into the water heater,
Whoa.
which
My
it
bad.
like slid open, and they were able to fit in and then close it.
It was like a
So I thought
revolving door almost, like it
Yeah.
spun like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when Santa got in, he was like, "Where'd they go?" That was like
But
a
then he
pretty
sees
cool
them. He sees them on the surveillance camera though, so he knows they're in
Yeah.
the garage. He goes back out the front. They can't get the snowmobiles going. They're trying
Well,
to pull the string.
The
and
girl can't get the snowmobiles.
Yeah,
going.
right.
Okay. The boy got his going first shot, and she is just sitting there struggling. He is a foot away from her, and is not just going, jump on this one, I'll jump on that one, and get it started. And you could see she's not as strong as him. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
Why didn't the
I
grandfather
don't-
just take the other snowmobile and her ride with the boy?
That was one thing I didn't get. I didn't know if he was planning on jumping on one of them, or if he was going to kind of like sacrifice himself the whole time because to give them like a head start. But basically, like this is where we find out that there's a little bit of history between Santa and the grandfather. We still don't like know the full story is gone, but obviously, like he says something like, "I've been waiting a long time for this day," and he's like, "Yeah, so have I." Blah blah blah. And he's like, "You've been making me." He's like, "I hate children. I've been reading their letters for centuries, and I want to kill them all now. The brats or something." And then, again, we referenced it earlier, but the bison comes in and runs the grandfather over, and we get the grandpa got run over by a reindeer line. So
he just gets flattened.
yeah,
But then he
Just-
gets in a truck and like fucking runs him over again, doesn't he?
Yeah.
No,
use
the
a truck?
sleigh. I think
Yeah.
the sleigh hits him after the bison does.
it makes me
Okay,
think of
well,
that.
this is- Yeah.
It makes me think of that episode of The Simpsons where the lawyer was like, "I accidentally ran over his dog," and then they're like, "Really?" And he's like, "Well, replace the word accidentally with repeatedly, and the word dog was fine." So anyway, she finally hops on the other snowmobile with Nicholas, and they get away. Well, they sort of get away. Like they get a little bit of a head start, but then Santa's on their ass on his sleigh. He's like
I was thinking, well, this is
throwing bombs
happening.
at him like the hobgoblin.
He was, and they were in the forest dodging trees and bombs, and
Yeah.
I was just like, "What the
Yeah.
fuck is happening?"
Because
Oh.
they're like the dumbest fucking kids, but then they're riding. This kid's riding the snowmobile like a fucking pro.
Very true.
we forgot to mention the kids opening up Christmas presents that winded up being bombs and
Oh,
they blew their
yes,
heads
yeah.
off.
I remember that. I don't remember where that was
I don't
placed
remember
though.
when it was.
I don't
It was
either.
like these
It was just
asshole-
random. They just cut to like the kids opening presents, and they say something smart ass too though. They make some smart ass.
Oh no, they're like fucking bougie ass kids being like, "I
They're
hope
like
this is
these
better
old-
than last year," some shit like that.
They're like these
And-
bougie ass fake gangster little fucking white rich kids, and their mom just let them get away with it.
And they're cursing at their mom, being like, "You fucking bitch! I hope my present's fucking better than last year," or something like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
"Wow, these kids are." And the mom's like, "Okay, honey," just like smiling at them, like,
Fucking total.
When they
enabler.
open them, a bomb goes off, and they just cut back. It's just two headless kids.
They
there.
The fucking head. Yep.
Doesn't the grandfather look at the grandmother and be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
Something
yep.
like-
because the grandmother's like, "I can't believe she lets them talk." Like you could see like her disgust with how the kids were talking, and then as soon as their heads, she just goes, "What the fuck?"
But they're almost like they're kind of almost like relieved that it happened at the same time.
It was-
Yeah, they're not worried about it at all. Like at all.
Because
They're
the kids
just
are
like, "Oh,
assholes.
Oops.
Oh man.
But that was like
through the
completely
woods.
random. It didn't make sense that it just like they were like, we have this scene.
Well, that's the
Oh.
thing I didn't get about it. Did Santa actually deliver presents before he started hunting these people? And
Well, you got to think it's
bombs in them.
overnight from Christmas Eve to
Christmas
Christmas
Day.
Day. So I guess.
I think they were saying something like, "Oh, he's going through all these time zones, doing his thing, so we got to stop him by this time for this time zone or whatever."
True.
Also, we gotta clarify something else too. I don't know why I just remembered this. In the strip club, it's not an ornament that he throws. He puts his hand like this and blows into it, and it's a hot coal.
It's a
That's
piece
what
of coal.
sets
That's
the,
right.
the
Yeah.
strip
That's
club on
right.
fire.
Yep.
Well, that goes back to
That's
his
right.
fire breath. Yeah, because
Yeah.
he heats it up
Yeah.
with his breath.
The fire breath comes up soon.
Yeah. So Nicholas and Mary, is that the girl's name?
I think so.
I have
The
no
best
So,
seller.
idea.
I think these are like biblical names. So
I'll allow it. I'll stick to it.
they
It's Mary now.
I'm pretty sure it's Mary. I'm like 90%.
Mary, yep.
They go to a school, I guess. Well, yeah, it's Christmas time, so no one's in school. So the school's closed, but they go in there, they break in, and they're just like in there trying to hide from them. But of course, it doesn't work. Santa, he's in the school. That's when he hits the line Sean said before.
Wait.
Did
Real
I
quick.
skip something?
This part. They get to the school. They try to open the doors. All the doors are obviously locked. And then he's like, I'm going to be a tough guy. He takes off his sweater, and you're like, what the fuck is this guy doing? He wraps it around his fucking fist to go punch the glass, and it just goes,
Just like,
ow! And then he's looking around for something to find, and she just takes his helmet and just smashes the window, but then it sets the alarm off, and I'm going, clearly the alarm is set off and it's loud, and you're going to go into the building. Wouldn't you use
Well,
that
yeah,
as a
what-
distraction?
they're not worried about getting caught by the cops. They're worried about getting away from being killed.
No, but Santa is following the noise too, I'm sure.
He knows where they are. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake.
I guess so. I guess so.
Um,
Sorry, I had an issue.
Again, Rob, stop applying logic to an illogical situation.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's right though. He's right.
I'm
though.
sorry. I'm
I'm
sorry.
just saying.
You set the alarm off. You break into someone's house, and then instead of running away because the alarm scares you away, you just go in anyway. Like,
Well, to Rob's point, I'm not
hide in
sure
here.
exactly what they were trying to accomplish here. I don't know if they were just trying to hide or if they were trying to like lure him in there for some reason.
oh, and every
like-
like couple of scenes, Nicholas was like, "Okay, we only have 23 hours left.
That's what it is.
Okay,
I think they're
we
just
only have
trying to wait
16
him
hours
out.
left."
They're trying to like avoid him until it hits midnight, and then he can't hurt him anymore.
Yeah.
But I don't think
Yep.
at this point he realizes that they're chasing them
Yeah.
specifically, or him specifically.
So he hits the line. Sean said, "Who is your daddy, Father Christmas?" And then he does. At one point, he does like a Jason Voorhees thing where like he's on one side, they run to the other side, and then he's there also.
Yeah.
trying to get
Yeah.
trying to get away from him. They like run into a library and start like hiding between the books and stuff. He grabs a Christmas Carol book, Santa, and starts reading. He's like, "Christmas will scare the dickens out of you," or something. That was another point.
And then, but she knocks
Then he
over a
throws
book.
but then he throws another one of his ornament grenades. It's like a smoke bomb. It like starts shooting smoke out. So then he like smokes them out so that they run it. No, then he throws the book and
But
hits
wait,
him
wait,
mad
wait.
hard in the face.
But it was even cornerier than that. Before all that, they go in the library and they're trying to hide. And she knocks over a book or something, and then Nicholas, it shows a sign that it's like, it zooms up to the sign and goes, "Library, be quiet." And then
No,
Nicholas is
no,
like,
that's not what it
"Shh."
said. It says, "Shh, this is a library," which the first thing I thought of was Lori Beth Denberg from All That.
Yes. Yes.
But
No, is he talking in the library?
but she knocked into a book, and instead of being like, "Okay, we gotta go," he's like, "Shh." It's like, what the-
Mad loud. Yeah.
And then that's when Goldberg in throws the smoke bomb, and then that whole they throw the smoke bomb. They're trying to find an exit. This guy, like, they're at the door, ready to like get away from him. Nicholas looks at Santa and just gets hit dead in the fucking between the eyes with a book, and just like just gets conked out. And the girl's like dragging him, and he's like, "My head hurts." It's like, shut the fuck up, you little bitch.
Yeah, he's like that really hurt. Maybe think
really
of Austin
fucking
Powers. Who throws a shoe? Honestly,
Honestly, pal, who throws a shoe?
so then they kind of escape. They're in like an ice rink, and then sure enough, Santa shows up on a Zamboni,
A Zamboni.
and he tries to
Oh,
run.
God.
He tries to run him over with the Zamboni. But
Those
then,
things
like,
are
something
so
stops him.
slow, and they're just like, "Ah, "Ah! Wah!" But those things move like 5 miles an hour. It's like,
It's like another. That's
Move.
like another Austin Powers moment
just
right there.
shift.
When he's trying to back up. They go for it.
And when the dude that plays Stewart is like, "Ah!" for mad long, and he's like mad far away, about to run him over with a steamroller. But yeah, but it gets right to them, and it just stops. And what happened?
Yeah, something stops them, and then it's like they show like the wheel of a Zamboni, and it's like the shuffleboard thing. It's like glowing yellow, and it's blocking.
Oh
them.
my god, that's And this is when it cuts into that whole
And then
The
Sven, who do we see
the
next?
grandfather
We
ascends.
see Grandpa. Yep,
Yeah.
Who is
Grandpa's
an
there. He's
angel.
glowing, and we find out
He-
that Grandpa
He
is the
descends
angel.
from the heavens.
Yeah, and we find out that Grandpa is the angel from the claymation sequence that challenged Santa to the bet. Which the thing I didn't get about this part is why would he even put a time limit on it? Why wouldn't he just say you have to be good forever?
It wouldn't be a movie then. It wouldn't be a movie.
Yeah, that's true, I
Yep.
guess.
But then
He
Nicholas
needed
is
to
like,
break it.
Grandpa? And he's like, I loved your grandmother. It's like,
I love
Well,
that.
that comes a little bit later. So like him and Santa have a conversation, and Santa basically reveals to him that like he found him because Nicholas sent him a letter. And this is a callback to the conversation him and Mary had in the car, because what Sean talked about a little bit, but he said something like, oh yeah, Christmas I was always disappointed because like I would want the Transformer and I would get like an easy bake oven. So then Santa reads the letter and he's like, oh, my grandfather didn't want to take me to see you at the mall, so I'm writing you this letter. And he's like, oh, I really want an easy bake oven.
Yeah. Out of them.
Then put his business all out in the streets, and then like they show him, and Mary looks at him, and he just kind of shrugs. He's like, so then basically, Grandpa the Angel challenges him to a rematch to do it again, but this time he sees it from my perspective. This time he's like, if I win this time, you got to like do this for eternity, and if I lose, I'll go to hell or whatever. He makes like a hell circle in the ice.
How pit.
Santa, yeah. So like they do it. He agrees to it. He like the grandpa shoves his thing. He gets super close. So then Goldberg, Santa, so end up Santaberg, whatever. He gets down. He acts like he's gonna do his. Then he just grabs him. He just throws him into
Throws him in the hole.
So he doesn't go all the way down though. He's like he goes into the hole, but he's able to kind of like hold on and not go all the way
But
down.
you don't
we
know
don't know that yet. Yeah, you don't know
Yeah,
that
you
yet.
don't. You find that out a few minutes later. But
Oh my god.
what happens after that though? How do they escape Santa? I don't remember now.
In all honesty, by this point, I was so fucking tired. I was starting to I was struggling real hard to stay up at this point for like the last 15 minutes. I don't remember how they actually beat him.
Oh, okay. I know what happens. The clock goes off. So
You lost
Nicholas
Andy.
is like, "Oh, you don't have any powers anymore." So we wait.
Oh,
for
and then
him
he's
to come
like,
back.
I'm Santa. I stop Christmas whenever I want.
No, he said what he says is that he's like, "Oh, all you idiots make the same mistake." He's like, at the South Pole, that's where actually all the time zones converge. So like, Christmas ends when I say it ends, or whatever.
See, this says Christmas is over, and his powers are gone, and Santa flees to his sleigh, but is held dear, and then all that other stuff that happens.
Oh, I know what happens. Back against the spitting fire. He spits a fireball at them, but Nicholas he blocks it with something. I forget what it is. Oh, it's that nutcracker.
Oh, because his
his
father's
grandfather
like,
had some
we didn't
nutcracker
talk
or
about
something.
that earlier. Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah,
forgot
that
it-
was like
I forgot
his
to bring it
gift.
up because I forgot it was important.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gave him like
Earlier
this
in the
nutcracker
movie-
thing, and he basically like reflects the fireball with that, and it hits Santa in the chest, knocks him down. It just like stuns him and knocks him
But
down.
it's
But
like a gun. It's like a nutcracker gun when you fucking hit the thing to crush the nuts. It shoots a bullet.
And it was like when his grandfather died, there was like a note that said like great powers in ordinary things or something like that. And then he's like looking at it, great power in ordinary things. And then he just happens to turn it at the right time and shoot him.
'Cause
So
everybody
it's-
walks around with a nutcracker in their back pocket.
It has like bullets, like nuts in its mouth that just shoots out.
So that stuns
Chestnuts
Santa. He
roasting.
get
on an open fire.
It's like you're so laggy that it was just like
For real.
slow motion. Right.
On
Oh,
an open fire.
We're live, pal.
we're live, pal.
We're live. We're live. I'm
Um,
on the YouTube
So
live right
I
now.
understand that they stop him here, and he runs. Right. What
Yeah,
I don't remember.
The thing stuns him, it knocks him down, but then he gets up, he gets back on the Zamboni, drives out, he like busts the Zamboni through the wall, and he goes back to his sled, which I forgot. This is another thing we forgot. He like kidnapped the preacher for some reason.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And he like had the preacher just like hanging out in the sleigh. And he goes
Partners in crime.
after he leaves the ice rink, he goes back to and the preacher's there and he says something. He says something about having a dream, and he goes, "Sugar plums dancing in your head," and then he just bashes him over the head with a hammer.
Yep.
Okay, so what I don't understand, because I was dozing off at the same time, is at this point he flies in the air. How is the whole town like ready for him at this point?
Yeah, see, this part I don't get. So he gets back on the sled, I guess. They're Nicholas and Mary, they're talking to this grandfather. They're like, "Oh, let's go." The grandfather says, like, "Oh, he's bluffing. Christmas is over. He has no powers. We can go get him." So they go to leave the ice rink, but like Grandpa can't leave because I guess I don't know, it's the barrier for living people or something, so he can't go. So he basically tells them to go get him. They go outside. This part I didn't really get. It was weird. There's like a Native American guy with like a voice box.
It's out of nowhere.
Fucking
Like,
what's his name from
like,
South Park?
I don't know where that came
I am
from.
a Rudy
It's
Poo
the-
candy ass.
It's the dude from South Park that has the voice box and the hunter. He's coming straight for us.
Oh my god.
But where did they come from?
They were just.
I don't know. They're just hanging out there. They're basically it's all the gun nuts. Like because one of them is also Mary's brother. Because he says
Word-
something like,
word-
"Oh, my baby
right,
sister's
right.
coming."
No, she was
And
like,
he
She was like, I gotta go get my brother, and they were hanging out with the brother.
Yeah. So she asked him to help, and then there's just all these dudes with guns, and Nicholas just says something like, "Oh, you guys want to shoot a reindeer or something?" And then like the bison just starts flying towards them, and they just start shooting mad shotguns at them. But that's what I didn't get. Like the bison, was the sled not attached? Because like Santa wasn't with them. The bison was just like flying towards them for some reason.
I see. Maybe I fell asleep, but I thought he was on the sleigh. And when
he
her
was too.
dad ends up doing what he did, I thought he and the bison got hit.
Maybe because what happens is, like I said, there's mad guys with shotguns. They're shooting the bison, but then you see this
Out of
big
nowhere.
ass blast come, and then like it's Mary's dad, and he has a bazooka.
And she's like, "Dad, where'd you get that from?" But again, her accent changes. She's like, "Dad, where'd you get that from?" It's like, you didn't have a southern accent the rest of the movie. What the fuck?
Maybe she has a multiple personality disorder.
Maybe.
It's a good person.
So they go over and they do see like a dead Santa, but it's the preacher. But the guys are like, "Oh, okay, we got him. Santa's dead, and the bison's dead, and we're good to go." But of course, like Nicholas and Mary know that that's not. So, but they everyone else leaves, and Mary says to him like, "Why didn't you say anything?" And he's like, "Well, there's no reason for them to live in fear. Like I know he's still out there, but maybe this is just the beginning of my saga." Sequel.
Yeah.
Equal.
And that's basically the end.
And they
except-
kiss.
Yeah. And then then we see Satan at Zoltan.
Zoltan.
So we see Goldberg at an airport in Winnipeg. He's at the checkout counter or whatever, talking to the lady.
From Winnipeg, you idiot.
Yeah. He's got his beard all tidied up, and he's got like a Harley Davidson. Like he just kind of looks more like Goldberg than Santa now.
He's just
got a
Goldberg
hat.
now.
Yeah,
With
but
the
lady
beard.
The lady says something like, "Oh, Mr. Satan." He's like, "Actually, that's Satan." And she goes, "Oh, like the hockey player." And she's like, I see you have a flight booked from Winnipeg to the North Pole, and he's like, he just kind of like nods and grunts, and she's like, are you checking any bags? He's like, yeah, just one, and he puts like Santa's sack on the thing, and she's like, has your sack been out of your sight at any time? And he kind of, I don't even remember. He doesn't. I don't even know if he says anything. I don't remember. And then he just goes and sits down, and that's basically the end of the movie.
He kind of just looks at him and
And
doesn't say anything, and then sits in between like the two old men.
Yeah, he like bumps into like an old lady. But post-credit scene, which I feel like none of you guys sat through the credits to watch.
I was
I
so
literally turned
tired.
it off like
As
right
soon
there.
as the credits rolled, I turned that shit off and went to bed.
I didn't know this
Okay.
was Marvel. I turned on Star Wars and started playing
Okay,
that.
so it's okay. So calling it a post-credit scene is it's an overstatement. It's not really a scene. It's just after the credits roll, they show him back in his Santa garb. I'm assuming this is next year, and again, setting up for a sequel. I guess he's looking at. He has like a scroll. He's like, I guess it's the naughty list, and he looks. He's like sideways to the camera, and he just looks at the camera and he goes, "Who's next?" And then it goes to black. Rob's pissed.
I'm so mad I didn't see that. That's fantastic.
But you got 6 days to watch it before it comes off Peacock.
Oh, really?
I'm okay.
Hey,
I gotta rewatch the entire thing to get there. I'm good.
Wait,
Who's
how do you
getting the
know?
rights?
How do you know that
Who,
they're getting
who's
rid of it in
paying-
6 days?
who's
Because,
paying for the rights to that shit to get it off of Peacock?
WWE
because-
Network. That's what it is.
because on
WWE
Peacock,
Network's on Peacock.
because on Peacock, if you have something, if you're in process of watching it, like it has that menu of like continue watching.
It says
If there's something
available
that's gonna
until-
go off, yeah, it'll say like
Yeah.
it'll have a little clock and it'll say 6 days.
Yeah.
I guess
Awesome.
Media
Awesome.
8 or whatever independent company wants the movie back because it's gonna blow up now that we reviewed it. They're gonna make millions.
Probably.
Of DVD sales.
We ain't gonna see it, and we ain't gonna see a fucking dime.
I know.
Nope.
Free publicity.
I'm just saying right now, if they make a sequel
You're welcome.
and they got monies and they make monies off of it, just have us back.
Let's get it
pay
trending on
us,
Twitter, guys, or
right?
whatever.
Disaster Party
TikTok,
Pod.
TikTok. You don't stop.
Santa Slay.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Hashtag Santa Slay 2.
All right. It's been 17 years? No. Sorry.
Oh, actually, no. We're going into 2022 now, so yeah, it'll be
17 years. And I graduated in 2005, so that makes me feel even older.
That's when sequels come out, brother. It's always years after. Years after.
Oh, okay. 17 years
Dude,
after.
it took 20 years for Dumb and Dumber 2 to come out.
I guess that's
And
true.
that shit sucked.
Yeah, it
did
did.
suck.
Every time they do these
Unfortunately.
sequels, like mad later, it's terrible. Except for the Bill and Ted one was all right.
You
I
know
still
they
haven't seen
could
it yet.
they
Based on
could do
music.
Oh, really?
Santa Slay 2 and Goldberg's son could play Santa's son.
And he goes to the strip club and his mom's working there.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, Bing Bong.
Bing bong.
But
What do you got
Here's
to
what
say to
happens.
Joe Byron right now?
here's what
Take
happens.
me
Santa
out to
comes-
dinner.
Take me to dinner.
Here's what happens. Santa comes back to hell. The stripper is there, but now she has a son. She says, when are you going to come back and take care of these kids? Every pro athlete ever. And he flies off on a sleigh.
or he goes, fuck those kids. Like Brock Lesnar.
I don't give a shit about your kids.
Yep.
Fuck them.
So that was Santa Slay. Guys, on a scale from 1 to 10.
Unfortunately.
Highly recommend it.
Okay.
Watch it.
2 thumbs up.
There's two schools of thought
Wait.
here.
Wait.
It's so bad it's entertaining that you give it 2 thumbs up, or you could be like Roberto
No,
And
I got a different
try
question. I got a
to-
different question.
Try to review it as a serious.
No, I have a different question. I have a different
film.
question.
Rob, real quick before you ask a question, I'll say this in all seriousness. It's a bad movie. We all
It's
knew it was going to
terrible.
be going in.
Fucking
But
terrible.
it's only an hour and 17 minutes. And in all its badness, there are some parts of it that I did legitimately laugh at. Like
I mean, we've been laughing the whole time.
It was
We've been
entertaining
laughing the whole time.
because it was
I laughed
funny
a
in a
lot.
bad way. Yeah.
I laughed a lot. Listen, Gina watched this with me last night, and she usually when I want to watch something to laugh at it because it's stupid, she's usually not on board with that as much as I am. She was laughing at this movie the whole fucking time too.
Okay.
Because it's that absurd.
My question is,
That
would
is
you go
absurd.
out of your way to watch this again? No.
Well, what does go out of my way mean?
How
Going
about
out-
going, I'm going to actively sit down and watch this movie again?
If like the four of us got together to drink, I would put this on.
Yeah, if we were hanging out, we were like, let's put something stupid on to laugh because we're
I
drinking.
would do
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
I would.
But
do
you
I'm
would
not
not
putting-
sit
I wouldn't sit and
alone.
watch it by myself.
Okay.
Probably.
All right.
At least not anytime soon. Maybe like 10 years from now. I'd be like, I remember Santa's Slay, that stupid ass movie. I'll watch that. But yeah,
Okay.
not anytime
Yeah.
soon.
Correct.
I
Like
would
you're
watch
not
the
going to go
sequel.
back and
I'm
be
not
like,
gonna lie, I would.
like watch Spider-Man No Way Home like 3 or 4 times because it was that good. You're going to be like, I'm
Yeah,
good.
no.
I'll go
I
watch
don't
another
think I
episode
don't
of
think it
Game
has
of
quite the
Thrones.
depth of the story. I don't think it has the Easter eggs.
There might have been Easter eggs. We just didn't know.
Well, like I
Probably
said, the
was a
only
ton of 'em.
the only thing I would qualify as Easter eggs, I guess, would be like the Goldberg type stuff. Because I guess if you just happen to watch this and you weren't a wrestling fan, you know Goldberg, you wouldn't know like I said, like the parties like you said where he spears the guy through the thing, or like I said, the claymation part where he's like like doing the Goldberg stuff.
Let's face
And
it,
then like
the
I
only
said, and then
reason-
again, the who's next thing at the end too. You probably be like,
Yeah,
what
true.
does that mean?
Well, let's face it. The only reason we decided to watch this is because it was fucking Goldberg and it looked absurd.
Yeah, pretty much.
This movie ain't getting no play unless
Yep.
you know who Goldberg is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
literally
This
no
was
one
one
else
of those
famous in this
movies-
movie other than the first 5 minutes.
True. True.
This
I
is
mean,
one of those.
This
The
is,
girl-
this is
the
the
girl
Scream
is-
of horror Christmas movies. But the biggest star gets killed right at the beginning.
To be fair, that Mary girl is now a well-known TV actor,
Okay,
but she
yeah.
wasn't at this point.
At the time, she wasn't.
Yeah, no, she definitely wasn't. But yeah, all the famous people were within the first 2 minutes.
I feel like this. Is
They
one of
knew
those
what they were
movies where, like,
signing
you're
up for.
looking-
They did it. They were in on the joke.
Andy?
I feel like this is one of those movies where like you're looking through like your Fire Stick and you're looking for like that right. You just catch this movie. It's but you don't mean to sit down and watch it.
Yo,
Can we
your
ever get-
shirt.
do one episode without somebody being a robot?
Yeah.
Damn, I froze again.
You're,
All night,
you're,
bro.
you're, you
All
said
night.
it in the
Little
beginning.
choppy.
You said it in the beginning. I feel like RoboCop, and you've been sounding like RoboCop,
I'm just trying to live up to the shirt, man.
and you have been with your Robo voice.
We can rebuild him with better internet connection.
Facts.
I'd buy that for
Better,
$1.
But yeah, I don't
Oh
know
my
if you guys
God.
want to add any more about the movie or not.
Just thumbs up or thumbs down. Boo! Fuck you, Rob. Don't listen to Rob. He sucks.
Don't go
Yes,
out of your way
yes.
to watch this movie.
If you want to watch something to laugh at, just to enjoy something that's so bad that it's just terribly entertaining, this is the movie for you.
I could probably
Especially-
give
Hold on.
better
Who, show of
suggestions.
hands, who watched this movie sober? Let's say just me.
And Andy, I'm surprised. I'm surprised, honestly. I'm surprised.
I was gonna say maybe that was
That's
the key.
true.
Then he clear minded.
That's true.
I
Maybe
went
I
into
should've
this
known.
going, I don't want to watch this movie sober. That was my plan. Yeah.
See, I'm used to movies like Bad Santa and crappy movies like
Bad
that.
Santa's great.
But
Yeah,
again,
Oh
like-
yeah, it's great.
Bad Santa is a movie that's funny because it's actually funny, and this is a movie that's funny because of how stupid it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've still never
Again,
seen Bad Santa 2 either.
I
If
haven't
it's-
either. I heard
if
it
you're
was
looking for an
horrible.
aimless Christmas / kind of not really horror film that
It's
literally is
not
just
horror.
it's
That's the one thing I
categorized
will
as
say.
it. It's
That's the one thing I
categorized
will
as
say.
it.
It is, and that's the one thing I'll say. We technically,
True.
the idea for this podcast was to watch and review a horror Christmas movie, and we didn't really do that. And
But
it
it's
wasn't really a-
categorized.
it wasn't
It's
really a horror
categorized.
movie. I know.
It's in the same. Yeah, he's right.
It's
in the same
under
It's
category.
horror.
in the sense
It's
of
under horror.
people getting killed, but like it doesn't even try to be scary at all.
No.
But it's under horror. So I'm saying
Yeah.
horror film.
Okay,
If you're looking for a Christmas horror film,
This is a dark
don't
comedy.
watch this
That's what
one.
This is.
Yeah,
This
Don't
is
watch
a dark
this.
comedy.
maybe Krampus.
maybe next
Yo,
year we'll watch a
Krampus-
true.
Krampus
horror
was
Christmas movie.
garbage.
It was better than
Krampus
this
was-
Oh,
movie.
you're gonna spark a debate.
Krampus was great.
Fuck Krampus.
Are you talking about the last Krampus that had friggin' what's his name from
Parks and Rec.
Recreation in it?
Yeah.
Yes. Fuck
That
Krampus.
movie was fucking great.
That
was
movie
Man,
was
that
great.
ending pissed me off so bad.
Why?
I never
Why?
saw
Because
it.
it wasn't a happy ending. You can't handle the not happy ending.
No.
What?
Don't try to fight with a
What?
robot, Sean.
What?
What?
Don't try to
What?
fight with a robot,
What?
Sean.
What?
You're never gonna
What?
win against a robot,
We're about
Sean.
to win. Robot to win all day. Fuck Krampus.
Shut up right now.
Robot to win. Fuck Krampus.
You know what we gotta do next year? We have a year for all of us to do it. I actually bought this movie last year because it was on sale for like $6.
Oh, I know what you're gonna say, and I'm so down.
And I
Go
still
ahead.
have not watched it. But Mel
It's on
Gibson.
Peacock also.
Is it really? And I fucking paid for it.
Yeah, you
Mel
did.
Gibson starring in Batman.
Batman.
Fat
You
man.
guys right now, while we're on this shit, up the trailer for Batman and watch it right now and let's get the live reactions.
I'm
Hey, can we
scared.
do that actually? That's a good idea. Let's all watch at the same time.
Well, I don't know how entertaining that would be, but
Live reactions. People make millions on YouTube doing that.
Fat
Yep.
Man.
Batman, Mel Gibson.
Oh my
And
gosh.
I'm not gonna say anything.
This is a 2020. This was made in 2020.
Yes, I know it was. I
What?
bought it last year and we still haven't watched it.
What am I watching right now?
I don't
It's
even
the-
know if I
it'll be the
want to.
Trailer
greatest-
for an awesome movie.
It's gonna be the greatest Santa movie ever.
Rated R
You got- Yeah, baby.
for bloody
Hold on.
violence. It's
You
made
gotta
by
watch it with the
Saban.
vi-
That's the Power Rangers creators. Oh god.
You gotta watch it with the volume up to hear everything.
You know the legend. Oh my.
It's time I retire the coach.
But you don't know. Dun, dun. The real story.
Whom the bell tolls.
This looks
What am I watching?
oh, that kid's pissed, huh? He's really pissed. Out in the snow with his PJs on.
He said, "You done fucked up, AA Ron."
A film by Ian Helms. Oh, there's some bigger actors in here. Ooh, a cop with a silencer. Ooh.
Yeah, I actually
Kill
love this. I
Santa
actually love this
Claus.
actor. I actually can't remember his name because it's weird. It's like something Coggins.
He's always the bad guy, though.
Walton
he's good.
Walton
Is it
Goggins.
Walter?
Oh,
Walton.
oh. And the
okay.
little
Walton.
kid's bad, too. The little kid's bad. He's in on it.
Yeah, he hires Walton Goggins to kill Santa.
Oh,
He gave
my
him cold.
God.
He ain't fucking around.
Looks like they're at a strip club. It looks like they're at a strip club buffet.
Maybe it's where Mel Gibson meets his wife.
I'm not shaving off a dead man's too.
Wow. This holiday
take a shot?
season. Oh, there's guns and knives and swords. Oh. Man, there's military grade people.
Horse open sleigh.
He's punching
Oh,
a Santa
where
face,
to go?
doing karate. On
Yeah, he's
Right,
Jolly.
got-
I'll
yeah.
kick your ass from here
He's
to
got,
right
like,
over there. Oh yeah, motherfucker!
Batman.
I'm gonna kick your fucking derriere. Yeah.
Oh, Mel Gibson's in a relationship. Santa's in a relationship? Fat man.
Mrs. Claus.
Mrs.
Oh,
Claus.
it's a black woman. Oh, and it's Amanda Waller.
Oh,
Let's go.
Andy is sold.
Let's go.
Santa got a
This is
black
the
wife.
extension to the Justice League. Let's go. Fat man on the Justice
Santa's
League.
invited to the cookout.
Hell
Wow.
yeah. Santa brought the cookout.
That
looks
looks
interesting.
better than this movie. That looks better than Santa's sleigh, honestly.
I'll have
I'm
to
okay
agree
with
to
that. It looks better than Santa's sleigh. I will give that much.
He's supposed to be Santa.
Wow.
Did we have any comments on this video? I guess Goldberg's not a
mm,
draw after all.
Not a draw, I guess. Not a draw. There was
Not
a
like
Now when you
spam.
put Fat Man up there, of course he's not a draw.
There was a spam comment, but that was it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Would they
Next time.
want to help the Nigerian prince get his money out or something?
No, it literally just says V capital A lowercase W R dot capital T capital
Need
E
help with your erectile dysfunction?
lowercase
Click
C
here.
lowercase H. But
Get these pills today.
I don't know. All right, so I think we're
When we
Santa
gonna talk about
Slate
Fat
out.
Man?
I think we're
When we get
Santa
Fat
Slate
Man
out,
live?
and we could do Fat Man next year. That's fine with me.
Fat Man Live.
Fat Man
Fat
Live,
Man
maybe.
And then they got to
So
do Fat Man Returns, and then Fat Man Forever.
not bad, not bad.
I dig it. I'll co-sign on that.
And then they do a prequel called Fat Man Begins.
Oh my
This
gosh.
is the whole franchise. We got
The whole
going.
franchise.
I'm not
All right.
vengeance.
All
I'm
right.
just
I
hungry.
think we are getting to that point. I'm just gonna say, remember to like, share, rate, review, comment, subscribe, and follow Disaster Party Podcast on all social media platforms, including YouTube, to see our live stream. So subscribe to YouTube so you can get the live stream and you can chat and comment and all that other stuff. Shawnee D, B Rent, great pick.
Stop
Sorry.
lying.
I appreciate it.
Sorry for making you
I
watch this
appreciate-
movie, Rob.
Listen.
It was an
forget what
entertaining
Rob thinks about it.
conversation. It was an entertaining
I
conversation.
loved it. I loved it. Forget what Rob thinks about it. I loved it. It was
I-
awesome.
Yeah, three out of four Disaster Party people
Listen,
recommend.
every 3 out of 4 dentists really like this toothpaste. No, listen, I didn't like the movie, but I enjoyed the conversation, so I'm okay with that.
right.
Andy,
I loved it. Thank you guys for coming on. Thank you guys for picking this. I laughed my ass off the entire time. I knew that this movie was
Same.
going to go to hell the moment Santa yeeted a dog into the fan, so I was invested after that.
You knew it was going to go to hell the moment they went to hell. Hell Township.
pretty much.
When
But
hell
thanks for
comes
coming
to
on,
hell.
guys.
All right. I'm Rob Cedeno. That is Robot Andy.
RoboCop.
The American Icon.
Yeah.
RoboCop, exactly. All right. And so next week we are reviewing Hawkeye, the entire season. If you haven't seen Spider-Man No Way Home, avoid it. A little bit of spoilers in there. And then the week after that, we are reviewing Matrix. I've heard not great things about that, so
Actually, you know
I
what?
heard
I got a
great
quick
things.
question about that.
I hope it's better than it is.
I got a quick question about that and a bit of a confession to make. I've actually never seen a Matrix movie.
What?
Yeah. Well, okay, wait. Let me backtrack on that a little bit. I went to see the second one in the theater, even though I never saw the first one, which was stupid. I think I didn't even want to, but I went with somebody that wanted to see it, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I thought it sucked. I think I might have fell asleep. I don't
The
know.
second one's the best one too,
What?
in my opinion.
No.
Oh man, we got a little bit of
No.
debate on our hands. All right, that's a whole nother podcast. We don't need to get into that. But my
first
question
one.
though is, my question is, do you have to watch all three to understand this one, or do you only have to watch the first one?
I honestly have no idea. I haven't watched it yet.
The first one I
I
loved. I did not like the second two. I loved the first one. Didn't like the sequels.
First one was good. I really like the
agree.
action scenes in the second one.
I agree.
The
I,
action scenes are
I got the
cool, but
vibe. I got the vibe
the
from the
ac-
trailer that you really only need to see the first one to understand this one.
The action scenes in
Maybe.
the second one were cool, but the story and just the writing were not that good.
It was a story of Jesus. The Matrix is the story of Jesus. It is. He is born.
He's not Jesus. He's a superhero.
No.
There's Rob. There's something to what Rob is saying though, because I actually remember my English teacher talking about this in high school. That's why the girl's
is-
name is Trinity, because there's some kind of biblical.
Yeah, and the whole thing, without spoiling it, is he is woke. He is risen. Then he lives his
He's
life.
woke. Oh, that's it. No Republicans are going to see it.
He comes out to save people. That's his whole purpose. And then he ends up doing something at the end of the third movie, and it's presented as if he's Jesus.
This is the first time I'm hearing this rendition of The Matrix.
Go Google it.
Same.
It's all over the
Same.
place. It makes
I
sense.
love the first one. I thought the second two, the writing, the story, just kind of went like in a weird direction for me. And maybe that's what it is.
I
don't know.
enjoyed it. I thought it
I'm
made
just saying.
sense. I thought it made sense, but all right, so we're gonna do Hawkeye next week, Matrix after that. We got a bunch of other episodes in the works, couple of Know Thy Neighbors in the works, all that stuff. Boba Fett is airing in 2 days on the 28th, I believe, 28th or 29th. So we'll probably review that too. Eventually.
I'm gonna watch Mandalorian.
What?
I got a question
You're
about that too.
killing me,
Actually,
Small.
I got a question about that too. Actually, this Boba Fett show that's coming out is separate from the Mandalorian. Like, it's not season 3 of the Mandalorian, right?
It's not season 3, but the second season
I know.
of Mandalorian
I know that season
affects
2 leads into this, but it's still like
separate.
it's going like this, basically, right? Like,
Yeah,
there's this
yeah.
story, and then
That-
Mandalorian season 3 is still gonna go. Okay,
Yeah. So
it's too
Um,
much, man. I can't keep
it
up
is a
with
lot. All right. So tune into that. We'll announce the other episodes. I already said it. I'm Rob Senio. That's Robot Cop. BIVIANS.
Robot.
The one.
Oh, well, Daddy.
And we are out. Bye.